G'day all, welcome back again to Dad vs Son and our playthrough of Avalanche Press's Kokoda campaign, introductory scenario 3, part of the Panzer Grenadier series. We're about to go on with the penultimate turn, 0345 hours. At the moment, the Australians have lost 3 steps and their initiative's down to 1. The Japanese have lost 5 steps and their initiative is down to 2. The Australians have 17 victory points at the moment, mainly due to the 5 for the step losses plus the 12 they hold for the victory point spaces, the airfields and the Kokoda village itself, and the Japanese have 3 victory points, but I expect that to change this turn. So what we have at the moment is we have this little platoon up here, which is demoralized and with the disrupted lieutenant up here. The rest of the Australian forces are in assault hexes 1 and 2. We got this Japanese engineering platoon that's trying to move around and take some of the airfield whilst maintaining his distance away of 3 hexes, so he's not going to be able to move up if these guys don't move away as such. And we've got this lieutenant here with the follow-up company here that can support assault hex 1. If we look at the assault map itself, on assault hex 1 here, the Japanese are looking a lot better than the Australians, that's for sure. And there's a good chance they're going to kick these blokes out and take part of the village this time. In assault hex 2, the Australians have got more troops, but they're not looking any better than the Japanese. So let's get into it and see what we can do. So first things first, initiative, Australians 1 plus 4 is 5, and the Japanese 2 plus 3 is 5. So that's even. Will be roll again. Australia 1 plus 2 is 3. The Japanese 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 minus 3 is 2. Halved is 1 activation for the Japanese. So let's see what we're going to do. 1 activation for the Japanese. Well, let's actually use... No, we don't want... I can't move this guy up at the moment. He's got to remain 3 hexes away. So he's not doing anything. These guys, I could move 1, 2, 3. But this is where most of the points are for the Japanese. They get 3 for each village hex. So I think this is where we still want to concentrate. So let's have a look at the assault map. And I think what we want to do is we want to try and take over assault hex 1. And then we can feed more troops into assault hex 2 as well. So let's try and do that. So we're going to activate here first. And we're going to assault the Australians. So we have 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 for the assault. So let's just chuck that over there. So we're on the 9 column. We have a undemoralized leader, so we're on the 13 column. We're up 1. Morale-wise is better than the Australians, so we go up to the 18 column, and we are Japanese. We go up to the 24 column, and we get a 4 on the 24, which is 2-step losses. Yeesh. Okay, so Japs 2x, and the Australians have a demoralised unit defending, which is a quarter strength, so they're on the 1 column. They do have an undemoralised leader, so they go to the 3 column, and that is it. And we have an 8 on the 3 column, which is a nothing. So we have 2-step losses for the Australians. So the first is going to have to be here. So we can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. Flip him back over. He can go to the graveyard. And we have another step loss. So again, I believe it's supposed to be on the highest morale. So that's going to be the sergeant, who is deleted. And then we have to do an M2 for this guy to start with. So that's an 8 minus 2 is 6 or less. He gets an 8, so he becomes demoralized. And then we have to do a leader loss, and we lost 2 steps, so a 4 or less. And no, we only just made it, but we've got a demoralized leader in there. Okay, so if we bring this over now, we have 2 more step losses for the Australians, which reduces their initiative to 0 and gives another Japanese board. Oh, it's 1 plus per leader. I forgot the extra. 2 step losses and 1 per leader lost. Okay, so I'm going to have a look at that. But they've had 2 anyway, so that's that. So that is that for them, and we're over to the Australians. Now, I really think that this is what we need to do first. We need to try and fix these guys. Like I said, if we assault, we'd assault at half strength. So it'd only be 2, 3, 4. So I think we need to defend at better strength than attack. So I'm going to go for a recover action. Or do I move the lieutenant colonel and these 2 guys out? No, we'll just recover. Okay, so the lieutenant first is an 8, a 7, so he needs a 6 or less and gets it. Disrupted guy here is a 7, so he needs a 6 or less, gets it. This guy will be a 5 or less because he is reduced. Oh, gets it. Well done. And this guy is a 6, a 5, a 4 or less. 6, a 5. Yeah, 4 or less. And he fails, and he is gone. So this guy here, get rid of that, get rid of that, flip him over, and send him to the graveyard. These guys are done. Oops. Right. So that's the Australian activation. We're back to the Japanese. So they can't do anything in that first one. They can in here. So they could attack the 2. There'd be 2, would be 3, would be 4, would be 5. 2, 3. Captain is 4. Morale would be 5. Yeah. Well, yeah, they could come up. They could come up. Let's do it. We are going to assault in here. So we have 4, 5. Righto, on the assault. We're on the 5. Leader gives us 1 up. Morale gives us 2 up. Japanese gives us 3 up. We're on the 18 table. For an 8 is a M1 on the Australians. Okay. Excuse me. So we have a 9. That's an 8 for the Lieutenant Colonel. He's good. An 8 is a 7 for the Lieutenant. He's good. A 7 or less for this one. No, he is disrupted. And a 6 or less. It's a 9, and he is demoralized. Was that right? Hang on a tick. Don't want to move. Go out of there. What's going? You go. I made that too big. It made it biggerer. Biggerer and biggerer. Come on. Right. I'm getting there slowly. Not very well. Okay, I think I got it. It's just back where it's supposed to be. Why won't that go up there? I don't. Stupid piece of poo. Right, so we've had one activation for the Australians there. Oh, Jesus Christ. One activation for the Australians there. 2 activations for the Australians. We've had 1 activation for the Japanese there. Right. Okay, so we're going to activate Japanese, the Australians here to try and do a recovery. So that's a 8, a 7 is a 6 or less. No, and I believe he is gone. No, he has to pull out. Okay, so he is going to try and run away. Again, he's going to try and run up this way. But these guys are going to get a shot at him. So again, it's 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 on the assault table, which is 9. Japanese morale, 24 table. We get an 8 on the 24 table, which is an M2. So this guy is an 8, a 7, 6-5. He needs a 4 or less. Gets a 6, and he is gone. That can go. That can go. That can go. And he is sent to the graveyard. This is now gone. And we can bring this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy over to here like that. And they are done. Australian-wise, for their activation, this will be their third, is going to be simply try and do recovery here. So the leader is an 8, so 7 or less. And he fails. So becomes demoralized. And this guy here is a 7, a 6, so 5 or less. And he loses a step, I believe. Wow. And that is that, and they are done. Yeah. Which leaves the Japanese for a fog of war roll. No, nothing happening there. So we're going to move some troopies. Now, again, let's just have a look at the assault map. Right, so I can put 2 troops up into here. Now we can't move through them because that would be overstacking to move through them. That would be 2. That would be 3. I can get people up into there. Okay, so we're going to activate these guys. Right. The lieutenant and this guy are going to move. So these 2 here, I can't move them into the assault at the moment. If I go 1, 2, they can't do anything. Drop 1 off there, go into there. So this bloke here is going to go 1 to there. He's going to go 2 to there. They can't do anything. And he's going to go 3 to there. So this little flaggy here is now deleted. And this little flaggy here is deleted. And game markers. We can put a Japanese flag here, and we can put a Japanese flag here now. And this one is gone as well. And we can put a Japanese flag here. That one. Sorry, I moved it. Right, like that. Now this guy here will move and go 1. Ooh. 2, 3 into there. This guy will go 1, 2, 3 to here, and the lieutenant will go 1, 2 to here. So he can bring him up next time into the airfield. So he is done. He is done. They are done. Right. And we're back to the Australians who have nothing to do. Back to the Japanese who have nothing to do. Okay. So we need to go through and sort this out. So the Australians have lost all the whole of Kokoda, and they get 2 for each. So they're going to lose 2, 4, 6 straight up. So they lose 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Like that. Now, the Australians have got, there's no reduced units there, or there. On the assault map, there are no reduced units for the Japanese either. So we go to the graveyard. And the Japanese have lost 2, 4, 5. Righto. So we got 5 and we've got 6 is 11. That's fine. 2, 4, 5. Okay. Japanese have now got 2, 4, 5. And 1 per lost leader. So maybe 6. And then they've got 3 for each village hex. So 6 and 9 is 15. So now they are in the lead by 4. Right. 5 step losses. Yep, that's that. Okay. Right. So that's it. That's it for this turn. So we can get rid of the markers. These guys are all spotted. Yeah, this guy's not spotted. These guys are now spotted again. Righto. So we've got the Japanese in the whole of Kokoda village now. We've got a demoralized lieutenant with a demoralized reduced infantry platoon heading away in the wrong direction. They can't go south off to Daniki. And in Assault Hex 2, we've got I've got a disrupted and a demoralized reduced unit against a disrupted unit. But in the next turn, this lieutenant can kick any troops he likes into here. And he could even chuck this guy into here, and this guy can come up. So that's that. Okay. So we are done. This can come back over here. We can put that up to the last turn. And how long have we been going? Long enough. We'll call it quits there, and then we'll come back for the last turn. So again, thanks very much for playing along. And I will see you for the next exciting last turn next time. Take care. Bye for now.